Fantasy Footballers Sunday Live.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sunday Live. I'm your host, Mike the Fantasy Hitman, Wright from the Fantasy Footballers podcast. And, oh, man. I am glad you cannot see what is happening under this jacket because you would see doused armpits. You would see the nervous sweats. You would see a man who is very uncomfortable with his position. And that's for some reason why we play fantasy football, because we want to live in that moment. I mean, championships are nice, but it's all about the build-up, the week before. Now things have already started off in a pretty big way. Let me start with this. If you got Kamara on Christmas, I am so sad for you. It's possible to come back. It's definitely possible to come back. But, man, that was wild. That was a wild way to, keep Christmas going. Maybe you played against Kamara, but maybe you have Mike Evans on your team. This weekend has already seen some really, really massive performances from, Evans and Tom Brady. Unfortunately, the Stafford injury meant that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers put Tom Brady on the bench. Thankfully, he did drop a boatload of points. It could have been way more. It could have been historic, the amount of points that Tom Brady put up. But you should still be pretty pleased with what you got. That there were far more passing touchdowns than rushing touchdowns. But here we are. It is Sunday. We got to break down the news. I will get into some start-sit questions. We'll also take a look at the website, thefantasyfootballers.com. We'll check out who is trending. I have a feeling I know who will be trending, and it has to do with a Gibbs season. Brooks, just give me a point there. Am I correct?
I was just writing his name down as I
I know.
looked at the results. Yep.
I know. People are going to want to talk about that, but let's get into the news.
The big picture.
All right, so the biggest news, the biggest headline would be the Cleveland Browns. They unfortunately had some COVID pop up in the training area in the camp, and that turned into some close contacts who will be sitting out, also known as the wide receivers for the Cleveland Browns. Jarvis is out. Rashard Higgins, rookie Donovan Peoples-Jones. Hodge is out. I mean, this is a disaster at the wide receiver position. It's not as bad as what happened to the Denver Broncos when they didn't have a quarterback to play. But the Browns wide receivers will be out. Austin Hooper, assuming he is suiting up and we don't get some kind of strange Des Bryant COVID situation, Austin Hooper has to see his arrow point way up. I know there's some other guys that are now filling in for the Browns at the wide receiver position, and the matchup is good. I don't know that I'm going to pivot. I'm going to pivot down to those players. Daniel Jones is in. Mike Glennon will be starting for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Congratulations if you have the Bears DST. At the running back position, I think the big headline, number one, Antonio Gibson. Antonio Gibbs' season is expected to play. The reports are kind of all over the place. I've seen a quote that Gibson is going to give it a go. I didn't like reading that very much. In championship week here, I'll talk more about Antonio Gibson, I'm sure, when Brooks brings up the this or that types of questions. But Gibson being in the afternoon presents a lot of problems if you don't have a pivot. I will just give my example. So on my team, I have T.Y. Hilton and Antonio Gibson. That my final flex position came down to those two guys. And T.Y. Hilton is in the morning. Antonio Gibson is expected to play. I fully expect Antonio Gibson to play. But can I take that chance if I don't have a great option to pivot to in the afternoon? As of right now, T.Y. Hilton is in my lineup over Antonio Gibson because I don't have another pivot option. Other guys at the running back position, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, we knew he was going to be out. Phillip Lindsay was placed on the IR. Melvin Gordon was already in a smash spot. Oh, man, if you're looking down Melvin Gordon on the other side of the field, that sucks. Just like our fearless leader, Andy Holloway, is staring Melvin Gordon down in the face. Oh, that's rough. At the wide receiver position, Julio Jones is out. Calvin Ridley, oh, my goodness. Hopefully he can carry you to a title. Terry McLaurin, the standout sophomore for the Washington football team, he is not expected to play. So that is also a little bit of a downgrade for going with Antonio Gibson. The overall, just the offense will be down. Tyreek Hill, there were concerns about him. They are still talking about monitoring his situation, but he is going to play. I expect Tyreek to go. Allen Robinson, same thing. He's going to be in, and the matchup is so fabulous. I am playing Allen Robinson with confidence. Speaking of no confidence, Keenan Allen, game time decision. No, not happening. Fool me once, shame on me. Or wait, shame on you. Fool me twice. I just bushed it. What are you going to do? What are you going to do, baby? I'm upside down. It's week 16 in his championship week. I'm not playing Keenan Allen. No way, no how. Not happening. Keenan Allen goes out, 200 yards. Great. I'm very, very happy for Keenan Allen. It's happening on my bench. It's not happening in my lineup. Tyler Boyd is out with the concussion. Let's see. Other news. Oh, Hunter Henry for the Los Angeles Chargers. He is out. So hopefully we're not counting on Hunter Henry. Brooks, do you have the list assembled?
I'm ready.
All right. So we're going to check in thefantasyfootballers.com. If I don't hit on a player that you have a start-sit question about, I apologize. There are many questions. I cannot get to them all. But the website does have the rankings. The rankings will continue to be updated up to the kickoff. It goes through there's other variables that we show you. If you go to the start-sit tool, should I start player X? Should I start player Y? If you are a beautiful, beautiful supporter of this podcast on jointhefoot.com, that unlocks to a start-sit of up to 4 players. You can go check that out, thefantasyfootballers.com. Let's ask some questions.
He's so hot right now.
All right, Brooksy, thefantasyfootballers.com. Who is hot right now?
All right, we're starting right out with Antonio Gibson.
Yeah, of course. Good. Good.
And,
Good, Brooks.
So as you noted,
thank you.
He's not until later, 4:05 Eastern.
Yeah.
So if you had J.K. Dobbins in these early games, would you play him ahead of Gibson?
Thank you for starting me off with one that I feel actually confident in. I would be going with J.K. Dobbins. Mark Ingram was a healthy scratch last week. Guess who is also not playing again? Mark. Oh, busted. Ingram. Mark Ingram. I love that dude. He was one of my favorite players, one of my favorite fantasy players for a long time. He has aged out, as happens in the NFL to everybody. J.K. Dobbins is the hotness. I get the matchup with the Giants. I don't love it. I would love if the Ravens were playing the Jaguars in championship week. That'd be great. But I'm still playing J.K. Dobbins with confidence, and I'm playing him with confidence as a top 15 running back. So that overrides the potential ceiling here for Antonio Gibbs' season. Who's next?
All right, this next one is for sure assuming Gibson is active because this is a later game as well. So
I think all of the Gibson, should I start him questions will be, is Gibson active?
That's fair. Okay. Some of them are, should you play this guy earlier? Okay.
Okay. I got you.
That's
gotcha.
fair. But Darnell Anderson tonight versus the Seahawks later.
All right. So Daryl Henderson or Antonio Gibbs is, oh, man. So Henderson gets Seattle. They had success last time because Jared Goff really got it done. Now, since that matchup, the Seattle Seahawks have greatly improved their defense, especially on the defensive line. They are really starting to get pressure on opposing quarterbacks. Man, that might be one where I'm willing to take the chance on Antonio Gibson and seeing what he can do. Daryl Henderson is a fine play. Antonio Gibson, the matchup is much better against the Carolina Panthers. So And I will give the tip. So I was speaking with our injury guy, Matthew Betts. He's a certified PT. He's dealt with these types of injuries before. And I said, what are the chances that Gibson gets knocked out of the game? Because that is the biggest concern for anything, is when you're dealing with an injury like this, your player goes out, takes 2 snaps, taken out of the game, and you just go in the shower and you cry and you get it all out. He said, so Matthew Betts said they will likely put some type of steel plate in his shoe. So it like your wrist guards where they didn't let your wrist bend. So they put a steel plate in the shoe. It prevents the toe from hyperextending, but it also prevents the toe from having the normal flexion that they are used to. So that limits what a running back, especially a really explosive running back like Antonio Gibson, can do. On top of that, that thing's going to hurt like the dickens. So there's a lot of combinations. But Betts did say he's pretty confident that he can make it through the game. Pain tolerance, how effective can Gibson be with that thing in his shoe? Those are the bigger questions. And with the matchup against Carolina or Daryl Henderson, I'd be willing to take the chance on Antonio Gibson there. What's next?
All right, last Gibson one. Lev Bell in these early games.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're waiting for Gibson?
I would go Le'Veon Bell there. Lev is a weird player right now because he hasn't looked fantastic. Every once in a while you get a glimpse. You go, oh, there's Le'Veon Bell. And then he just disappears into the shadows for the remainder of his snaps. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the rookie, is out. Lev should see a lot of opportunities. He was already seeing, a pretty decent amount of work, especially at the beginning of the game. I'm not sure this strange system that Andy Reid set up where it's like, oh, okay, I got this rookie, but now I got Lev Bell, so we're going to start with Lev, and then Clyde is the hammer, who's the smaller guy. I don't know. It's very interesting, but the Chiefs are winning a lot of football games, so who am I to question Andy Reid? But I would be playing Lev Bell here against the Falcons. The matchup is not great, but it's the Chiefs. You throw matchup essentially out the window. What other players we're going to talk about, Brooksy?
Well, how about Lev Bell or Kareem Hunt at the Jets?
Oh. Okay. That would have been an easy Lev Bell, but things are different now with all the Browns wide receivers being out. I expect Kareem Hunt to be utilized more as a wide receiver. Kareem Hunt might be the slot wide receiver. I mean, that's in the realm of possibilities for things to happen. And you have the game script. I get it. The Jets just beat the Rams. That was kind of the one. That was the game. Teams don't go undefeated except for the Detroit Lions that one year. Teams just don't go undefeated. Eventually they hit a spark and they win a matchup you thought they had no chance to win. That's out of the way. That's done. That's out of the way. The Cleveland Browns are going to win this game, even with their lack of personnel. And if they're winning by a heavy margin, it's hard to predict game script, but this one seems like a higher probability, and Kareem Hunt will be running out the clock at the end. Oh, and so that I'm just working through my process here for you. But if this were my team and I was really staring down those starts, I would still go with Lev Bell. I would take the known of the offense. And Atlanta can keep up. It's possible they can keep up with Kansas City. I don't think that the Jets are going to be able to do anything. Who's next?
All right, there's one other player that's dominating the searches.
Oh, dominating.
All right. Any guesses there, Mike? We talked about him a lot on the show, but real quick, we'll address him.
Is he excellent? I got it wrong.
The top search is Josh Allen or Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. Why'd you try and make me think like I got it wrong, Brooks?
I get Jalen Hurts is the one. That's,
oh no! Okay. I see. So I was sort of right.
Yeah.
Brooks, just tell me I was right.
Good job, Mike.
Yeah, we did it, everybody. All right, Josh Allen. We have checked with the computer, and I am correct. Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts. This isn't a toot to proclaim victory, but so far on the Jalen Hurts or this player because of the matchup and everything, I was Jalen Hurts over Kyler Murray. Now, Hurts hasn't played. He could certainly go out there and be worse than Kyler Murray, but Kyler Murray, that sucks. Like, if you played Kyler in your championship week, that is not the performance that you were looking for to carry you from the guy. I don't know if Kyler is still number 1 or if he's number 2. That is not the performance that you were hoping for Kyler Murray in championship week. Jalen Hurts is playing the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys are not good. I fully expect Miles Sanders to just feast on the Cowboys, but Jalen Hurts is going to get his as well. Josh Allen against the Patriots. Historically, we have not seen Josh Allen be great. I mean, Josh Allen will be better than Kyler Murray. I say that with a good amount of confidence inside my tum-tum. But I don't think the Josh Allen ceiling is what Jalen Hurts' ceiling is. That's kind of what we got to on the podcast. Andy was staring down Tom Brady, Josh Allen. And he just locked it in early, said, I'm going with Tom Brady because Tom Brady can get me 40 points. I don't think Josh Allen can get me 40 points against the New England Patriots. It hit. The variance hit. Tom Brady got Andy 40 points. And there's no way. There's no way that Josh Allen is hitting 40 against the New England Patriots. So because of that, I'm going with Jalen Hurts. I think that Hurts is safe. Too. This isn't necessarily – well, Josh Allen, if you are ahead, maybe you had Jeff Wilson yesterday, you're going to want to play it safe. I think Hurts is safe. I think Hurts is safe and provides you with a ceiling. I like him a lot. I would play him over Josh Allen. These giving you people the drops back there is just a recipe for startling me all the time. All right, I'm going Jalen Hurts over Josh Allen. Is there more Josh Allen questions or Hurts questions?
Hurts or Herbert, Hurts or Lamar Jackson.
All right, so I would play Hurts over Herbert. Lamar Jackson that one is very, very tricky. Now, Jason proclaimed that Lamar Jackson is his Grinch of the week for the holiday season. I still have confidence in Lamar Jackson, but if you want to, piecemeal together our advice here of me being bullish about Jalen Hurts and Jason having some pessimism on Lamar Jackson, then just go with Jalen Hurts. So is that that's the end of the trending players on the fantasyfootballers.com? Let's get to the people.
Yes, sir.
Stardom, sit 'em.
Before we get into the Stardom Sit, I want to thank today's sponsor. Look, it's Pristine. Oh, got to get that bottle out of the way. Pristine Auction. PristineAuction.com, the best sports memorabilia site in existence. Christmas is gone. Did you screw up Christmas? Do you need a redemption gift? PristineAuction.com. Find a signed piece of memorabilia or merch signed by your favorite players. Make a completely free account. When you do, use the code BALLERS. You're going to get $10 off your first purchase. It also lets them know that we sent you. I mean, they got other stuff too, like movie stuff. And we got a Mighty Ducks sign thing on the wall. Here you get all kinds of really cool stuff, and they have new stuff every single day. So just make it part of that potty time in the morning. You're going to the bathroom, you're checking stuff. Go check Pristine Auction. That was very impressive, Brooks, because that was just off the top of the dome, and Brooks is back there just reacting like the Flash. That flush is so long. All right. Here we go. Let's get to the people. Jonathan, is it still going? It is still going. Jonathan wants to know, where did you go, Jonathan? McCole Hardman or Hollywood Marquise Brown? Look, Hollywood Brown is playing. I'm staying in the kindling. I'm not even going to say that Hollywood Brown is on fire, but he's been playing better. He's been hitting on some of those bigger players. And McCole Hardman, last week I know he got a whole bunch of targets, but you cannot count on that from week to week. So I'll take the guy who is at least the number one wide receiver. I don't like the matchup, but here we are. Blake Miles Sanders or David Johnson in a PPR? I get your hesitation with this question. The PPR, David Johnson, coming through with 11 receptions last week. But Miles Sanders against the Dallas Cowboys. Van Der Esch is out in the middle there for the defense on the Dallas Cowboys side. Miles Sanders should have a monster game. The only thing stopping Miles Sanders this week, it would be Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson can stop a lot of things lately. Like, he can stop his team from winning when he just kept playing their now backup quarterback. But I'm playing Miles Sanders this week. You should be excited to play him.
Hey, Mike, really quick, and a really important question from Andrew Holloway. How can I guarantee a championship? Please answer.
How can you guarantee a championship? Here, I'm sorry, Andrew Holloway, you cannot. And what's the point? If you can guarantee it, look, I wish my championship was guaranteed, but today would not have any sort of fun. The only reason why it is fun and when you win is because you know how bad it feels when you lose. So if you're just guaranteeing it, you didn't actually win anything. You just had another day. So just sit in it, be uncomfortable, live with it, embrace that part of the game, and realize that that part of the game is what makes the championships so great. I wish you the best of luck, Andrew Holloway, whoever you are. Next question. Elias wants to know Giovanni Bernard for the Bengals or Kareem Hunt in a PPR? That is a brutal question. Giovanni looked sprite. He looked strong. He looked like young Giovanni Bernard against the Steelers this last week, and he is the one who has the good matchup against the Houston Texans. You can run all day on the Houston Texans. Kareem Hunt is a backup. He's also got a good matchup. Man, I'm not super confident about this one. I have Kareem Hunt ranked a couple spots higher than Giovanni Bernard. Nothing crazy to say. I mean, it's 2 spots right now, so nothing that says Giovanni Bernard is a must-sit compared to Kareem Hunt. But I'm playing Kareem Hunt. In championship week, I'm not having Giovanni Bernard. I'm not going to get that type of galaxy brain and have that take my team down. I'm just not willing to do it. Sorry, I can't give you more confidence than that. Let's see here. Next question is from Daisha. Wants to know Gibson or Pollard. So, an example back to my team where I said I'm playing T.Y. Hilton over Antonio Gibson because I don't feel confident in my pivot options for the afternoon. My pivot option is Tony Pollard. And while I expect Pollard to he'll get some touches, he'll get some opportunities, but what is that capped at with Zeke in the game? 8 to 10 opportunities possibly? And that's against the Philadelphia Eagles, who are a strong defense. I mean, Tony Pollard was really only interesting with Zeke being out because he will see a lot of passing work. Zeke certainly could come out and, re-aggravate that calf and get knocked out of the game. But that's, in championship week, that is a really bold call to put your backup in and think that he's going to outwork the starter. All signs say Zeke is going to play. Zeke is going to play. I was hoping he would take a vacation and I could play Tony Pollard in championship week. But so between those two, Gibson, they both carry risk. Gibson carries risk, but I'm going to go with him. I think he will get more opportunities, and you can run on Carolina, and goal line work I still think goal line work will go to Gibson, even with the toe injury. You can't say that about Pollard. Next question. Brandon, Dobbins or Gibson? I already answered that one. I went with J.K. Dobbins. Daniel wants to know Keenan Allen or Russell Gage. Russell Gage, my man. Boop, bap, babbity doop. All right. Next question. Samuel wants to know T. Higgins. Here we go. T. Higgins or Keke QT for the wide receiver 2. Oh, man. I am going to play Keke. This is a wild one. You know, it's the number 1 wide receiver with a bad quarterback or the number 2 wide receiver with a great quarterback. I'm going to trust in the quarterback in this scenario. The matchup is neutral because it's good for both of these players. So I'm going to go with Keke over T. Higgins. Brad wants to know DJ Chark or Jamison Crowder. At this point, Chark week is done. You can't play DJ Chark. Yeah, you got to go with Jamison Crowder on that one. Next question is kicks after dark. Tyreek Hill a full go? He's not a full go, but he's going to play. And if he is on your team, you're gonna play him. I see a lot of tilt coming through on the chat. I see you people. What you don't see right now is that the camera is actually upside down because I am hanging from the roof like a bat. That is how upside down I have become in my tilt, but I'm living in it. I am embracing it with the bravery that I can. All right. Neal wants to know Robbie Anderson or Gus Edwards. Okay. I'm going to play Robbie Anderson here. I'm going to go after the targets. I know Robbie Anderson really let people down last week. So if you made it through, congratulations. You endured the Robbie Anderson. Gus Edwards, you're hoping he gets a touchdown on one of his 8 touches because and look, he has been coming through, but the matchup against the Giants is tougher for the running backs. Gus Edwards, I mean, I guess he did catch that one really deep pass. That was super weird. Like a broken play. Lamar just chucks it up and you go, oh no, that's Gus Edwards. And then he caught it. Good for you, Gus. But if those are the terms and the conditions, I'm going to play Robbie Anderson. All right, just a couple quick questions and then we're going to get out of here. But a reminder, thefantasyfootballers.com, the start sit tool is available for you. Go check that out. I like this one. Sayotomy 94, Benny Snell or Devin Singletary. Oh my goodness. You had those whispers today that Benny Snell is going to get more opportunities. It was, I mean, that information was going based off of something that head coach Mike Tomlin said, saying Benny Snell needs more opportunities. So that is far from guaranteed. Or Devin Singletary against the New England Patriots. I would play Benny Snell. That is a very difficult decision to go with a potential backup who might see more work versus a starter. I don't want to mess around with Devin Singletary against the New England Patriots. Jonathan, Corey Davis or T. Higgins at a PPR. That is Corey Davis. And we'll finish it up with this one. Mike B. Cooper Kupp or the Beasles in a half-point PPR. So I can't take that cheap out of, well, it's PPR, so you got to go with Cole Beasley. Okay, Beasley against the New England Patriots or Cooper Kupp taking on a division rival. Man, oh man, Ashevitz. Man. I'd play Cole Beasley. Oh, Brooks, that one hurts. That one hurts to really say it out loud. In championship week, I mean, it doesn't hurt in the fact that I've been the number one stan for Cole Beasley his entire career. So the fact that we are here at this point in time where I get to endorse Cole Beasley in a championship week, that part is great. But the point where I'm saying I'm going to sit Cooper Kupp down, even though that's against Seattle, I wish you the best of luck with that one, but I would play Cole Beasley. That is going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Week 16, we're going to make it through. Get those hashtag Foot Clan titles. I wish your opponents nothing but the worst. And remember, keep it beautiful, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow for the big celebration. Stay safe, everybody. Be strong. I love you all. Goodbye.